you get up at what time, and are you at home, and then you go to the office?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
The job just kept going on.
The job keeps going.
Yeah.
And as it should. Like we have, like one of the things that I think, the Public Emergency Commission highlighted for people was just all the steps involved in everything in government. Like I get, while I'm busy dealing with some challenge that farmers are struggling with, and I'm digging into this file for an hour as we're trying to look at ways to support people because fertilizer challenges or whatever it is going on. The next meeting, I'm getting caught up from one of my intelligence specialists who's talking about the work that they've been singularly focused on for the past 3 days to give me an update on that, and I get that information, and then I move on to dealing with an East Coast fishery issue that we're talking about and everything. So my job is to look at all these different things happening at the same time, while I have a minister of this thing who's digging into that, and a minister of that thing who's digging into this, and experts who are looking at this. And my office and the team that I work with are trying to make sure it all sort of holds together, because you don't get to stop doing everything else, even if you're dealing with an emergency over here. And yes, you get a little more focus on certain things from one moment to the next, but the job continues.
Because I get the impression that a lot of Canadians think you're like king, that, that everything, you just do everything, and that, that you make all of these, you know what I'm saying? That people view the job from the outside as, oh, what a cushy job. He's got all of these, people around him helping him, and he gets driven everywhere, and he's got his own plane. And, and I, as your pal, I get mad, right? I get very defensive, and I get pissed, because I know there's more to it than that. That's not, A, it's not the way our system works, and B, there's a human being inside that person behind the desk.
But the job of the PM is to pull it all together, is to make sure you've got great people on all the different files, to keep an eye on most of them, try to be all of them, but you lean into a few areas that need more focus by you, and those things that we choose to drive, you pick, and different PMs will pick different priorities. But that idea of the combination between having the big picture, because ultimately every minister is focused on their own files, right, and whatever she's engaged in, mostly it becomes the most important thing, or he. And I'm the one who's got to see what they're all sort of doing and pull it all together. And again, I don't do it alone. I have a good team of.
But the buck stops at your desk.
Yeah,
right?
Very much.
Somebody's got to make the decision, and that's you.
And the way to bring the right big picture from my desk is to make sure I have as good or a better idea of the big picture in what the individuals across Canada are facing than anyone else. Because you can get narrowly viewed into your issues in your department, and if you don't have a sense of where Canadians mostly are, and that's, again, why the pandemic was so difficult, because through Zoom, you have great meetings, but you don't have the chit-chat on the way into the meeting.
Yeah.
You don't have that hanging around, the coffee counter or the cookies while you're taking a 5-minute break to chat on how things are going. So it's all a lot of really intense conversations, but none of the peripheral stuff that builds a relationship. Right. That actually means, okay, this is how you're really doing, and that dynamic was what we were able to get back into this year.